Okay, so we're going to learn how to access databases at the Auraria campus library. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open my browser and I'm going to go back here. Um, and in my search engine, I'm just going to type in Auraria campus library. Okay, and there it is. It says Auraria library. And I can tell it's in the Denver area from that. So I'm going to click on that. Now you'll notice I put this up in my bar so I can just click on it. Okay, and that might be useful to some people. Now, what I want to do is I want to find peer-reviewed journal articles. So the way I do that is database list. Here it has quick links right here. And I want to look for the databases. Most of you probably know how to look for books, and that's great. But I want journal articles. Now I can look for these from my computer. Notice I am accessing this from my house in Greeley online. So I can find peer-reviewed journal articles from any location with an internet connection as long as I have my credentials. So I'm going to click on database list. Now, if there is a specific database that I want, I can type it up here. I don't want to do that because I want to have a lot more options. I can also look for them alphabetically. Again, I'm not going to do that. I actually want to narrow it down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll down, okay, using the wheel on my mouse, and I'm going to come down to this right here. It says Browse Databases by Subject. So I'm going to click on Social Sciences. That is what educational research falls under. Now I can look at all the social sciences databases here like Anthrosource, which obviously relates to anthropology, or communication and mass media, which obviously relates to mass communications, etc., etc. But on my left, I notice that I have browsed databases by subject. And as it's alphabetical, I can go to education. So I'm going to click on that. Now I have all sorts of educational databases. Okay? I recommend researching any of these that you want to try and reading the information about them. But the ones that are the most useful within our field is Educational Full Text, which is EBSCO, and ERIC. Okay, JustStore is also useful, and as I scroll down, psych tech tests might be useful if you're interested in different measures, but I think that we should just really look at Education Full Text and ERIC. Okay, so I'm just going to go to Education Full Text. So I'm going to click on that. So when I click on that, it asks me to type in my name, and it asks me to type in my credentials. So you're going to type in your student ID number. I have to type in my employee ID number here. I'm going to click on Submit. Let me try that again. Okay, and this is the page that you get. All right. Now up here is where you type in your search terms. So you can select all of these different options. Okay, from title to subject. All right, and on the page I also posted some handout about searching using different terms. So I suggest you search whatever literature you're looking for given those terms on that handout. It's on the fourth module on Canvas. So it's the very last page on the 4th module. I just added it. So upload or download and maybe print that handout and look at different ways you can type in search terms and try it, right? So for example, if I just wanted to do a basic subject test and I was interested in writing to learn, which is the topic that I study, okay, I would click on subject over here on the right side and I would write writing to learn, and then I click on search, okay, and I get one hit, okay. Now let's say I was interested in writing across the content. I'd type that in, I'd hit search, and I don't get anything because what I typed in is not actually correct. So I'm going to change content to curriculum. And the reason why I did that is to make a point that if your terms are not 100%, you're not going to get good results. Now, writing across the curriculum here yields no results. But let's say I switch it from subject and I go to title and I hit search. I get 29 results. Okay? Now, a couple of things to notice. Okay, so here's the title of a article, and down here I see that I can get a PDF for it. But before I do that, I'm interested. What's this article about? Well, I can click on it and I get all this information, including an abstract. But if I don't want to wait for my browser to load a different page and I just want to read the abstract, I click on this magnifying glass icon. I don't even click on it. I just put my cursor over it and I can read everything. Okay? Now let's say I only wanted articles with full text. Over here on the left side, if I click on full text, and let's say I only want scholarly peer-reviewed journals. I click on that. And let's say I wanted to set the dates. For example, 1986 is a little bit too far away for my project and research methods. I really want things that are 10 years old. So I go all the way to 2003 and I click on update. Now I have 8 articles. All of them are about writing across the curriculum because it's in the title, and they all have PDFs. Okay? So let's say I want to read the article. Well, if I click on PDF full text, I get an actual PDF that I can print or save separately. If I just click this little download button, I can choose to open it as an actual PDF or save it. So if I choose to open it, takes a few seconds. Let me drag it over here. I get it. And now I can save it. And I can print it. Okay? Another thing you need to be aware of is sometimes it says HTML full text. This means that it's not on a PDF. Instead, if you click on it, it sends you to a link with the article printed, as you can see here. In these circumstances, you can't really tell what page things are on. So you just basically, when you reference it, you just give the date and as according to APA, and don't worry about the page number. Okay. One thing that I've done in these situations is I've actually just copied the whole thing by hitting Control A and pasted it onto Microsoft Word and printed it, or saved it as a Microsoft Word document. Okay, so that's really how you search stuff on these databases. It's pretty, it can be a very difficult process. So for example, if I changed it from title to author, okay, and I'm interested in theory, so I'm interested in Alfred Bandura, who came up with vicarious reinforcement and self-efficacy. Okay, I don't get any hits here. Okay, so what you need to do is just play around with the databases. All right, now one more thing. Okay, if I open a new tab and I type scholar.google.com and I go over here to the upper right hand screen and I click on settings. Here I have library links. I click on that. If I type in Auraria or CU Denver, okay, here it says Auraria Library, and I click on save, even though I'm at home, since I am logged into the Auraria Library on another tab, I can search things on Google Scholar. So let's say I type in Bandura. Okay, here I actually get PDFs connected directly from the Auraria Library on Google Scholar on my topic of Bandura. So I can open this PDF and I can get an entire book, for example, on self-efficacy. 65 pages. Okay. So using Google Scholar and using settings to connect to your library that you're logged in on another window or another tab is a way to find literature really quickly and efficiently, because Google casts a very wide net, and if you know what you're looking for, then you're in good shape. So if I typed in writing to learn here, I get on the right here PDFs and links to books, peer-reviewed journal articles, for example, Reopening Inquiry into Cognitive Process and Writing to Learn from '99 by Klein. I get all of that, and it can help direct me. Okay, so what I can do is I can open up one of these things and I can read it. Okay, and when I read it, I can then use that to help refine what I search here on Eric or EBSCO or wherever. So hopefully this helps you get started into logging in and using the databases in Google Scholar. I do recommend rewinding or going back on the video and slowing things down and doing it step by step. And if you have any questions, just email your instructor and we can help you refine your search and look for things that way.